So AI to me is the future. It's the Wild Wild West still, and it's very early, but I use it every single day. I work with Compass. The reason why I joined Compass and I sold my brokerage was their technology platform. Makes things very easy to work on. Our tech program is valued at over $1 billion. So we're a tech company. It's a real estate company. But our AI intelligence software that we use behind the scenes is pretty darn awesome. And on the front end, I have already adopted AI into so many parts of everything that we're doing, from AI agents and autoresponders.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. Today's guest is based in beautiful South Florida, and after selling his brokerage in 2019, now leads AP Group, focusing on luxury, waterfront, and commercial real estate. Please welcome Adam Bursztein. Adam, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you so much, Dylan. Appreciate it. I'm looking forward to this.
I always like to start off at the top of these shows, Adam, by asking folks really how they got started in real estate.
Since this is a more short form podcast, I'll be try to condense 26 years. I graduated in 2000 from college, and my parents pivoted their life. My mom went into real estate. My dad went into insurance. I came out of school with a major in like back then it was the Y2K bug, before your time. But long story short, we were doing like programming for Y2K. That never happened.
Yeah.
So I moved to South Florida, got my real estate license where I was from, told my mom, "You're doing great already. Let me do all your websites and your internet." This was before Zillow. I was very good at lead generation. And we ran our brokerage together for 19 years. So it was fun.
I want to ask you maybe a granular question about that time period. So also somewhat selfishly, I would say, I'm actually, as well as being a realtor and working a lot with investors, I'm also an engineering student. And you see a lot of trends as someone with that tech background like yourself. Right now, the big trend that everyone is interested in is AI, and how can they really best use AI in their business. As someone who's involved in commercial and luxury, really high-end real estate in South Florida, do you feel like there's a use case right now for AI, or do you feel like in a lot of the ways that people are using it, you lose kind of that personal touch that people really need when you're dealing with super high-end?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Great question. Sorry about that. One thing, let me preface about me. I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm involved in a lot of businesses. I'm a full-time real estate broker team principal for 26 years. I also own some franchise businesses since 2007, and I'm in the AI space currently outside of this. So AI to me is the future. It's the Wild Wild West still, and it's very early. I don't know if our listening audience is more like realtors or it's consumers or it's both. So behind the scenes, from an AI perspective, I use it every single day. I work with Compass. The reason why I joined Compass and I sold my brokerage was their technology platform. Makes things very easy to work on. Our tech program is valued at over $1 billion. So we're a tech company. It's a real estate company. But our AI intelligence software that we use behind the scenes is pretty darn awesome. And on the front end, I have already adopted AI into so many parts of everything that we're doing, from AI agents and autoresponders to, when a lead comes in, it's not just going to you. Sometimes people are looking, so you need speed to lead. And with AI, we're able to speed to lead. So yeah, anyway, I believe that most agents are not successful in this business regardless because of other things. And AI, when people are running away from it, I'm, jumping all over it.
I want to maybe get a little granular on that and ask you about how that intersects as well with luxury, because I think people might be listening to this, whether they work with investors or whether they work with maybe single family home buyers throughout the country, and they may think, well, how is this going to work in my vertical? And is someone that I'm communicating with maybe on a first time and they're getting an auto response from AI, is that going to come across and might that throw them off? How do you determine, when to use AI versus when human touch is maybe more necessary, at least for now?
This business is still human interaction, but because of COVID, there's so many good things that came out of it. One is you can do title notaries now electronically. So AI is good for a couple quick things. Number one, there's been agents before they were called AI agents, they were just called bots. And for years and years, a lot of these high-end website companies anyway have conversations, that the consumer public does not know they're talking to somebody. You cannot let the conversation go too far. I use it as an opening, just, hey, boom, it's a live lead. If they make a response, I try to get them on a text or a phone call immediately to get that personal touch. Hey, how are you? But that comes from, 25 years of experience. So I use it as an opener just to see if it's real. Once I make connection, then you go personal. That's where you're, anybody can be an agent, it's what makes you, good.
It's an interesting thing to explore. I mean, I've seen,
and if you wanted to talk about in luxury, I'm sorry, just to say one thing. So as far as in the luxury space, it doesn't matter because you're getting a lead from Zillow or any of these sites or on your own or Google or your own website. And I'll get them for 69,000 and I'll get them for, upwards of more than 10 million, it's what you do with the lead once you get it. That's important. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, people really want to have that instant communication to feel like they're being catered to. And if it's the middle of the day or the middle of the night, right? How can you achieve that? Well, AI is there.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors. and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
And then it's incumbent upon the individual utilizing it to reach out to them and take advantage of that. I do want to pivot a bit here, Adam, and ask you about South Florida in general. I'm a big fan of South Florida. I'm there probably 5 or 6 times a year, which is really the city that I go to when I'm commuting between the U.S. and the Caribbean, Santo Domingo, where I currently live. I think there's probably no better place to live, maybe period, but certainly in the U.S. than South Florida. And it also really seems to be the mecca of entrepreneurship and of real estate in a lot of ways. Do you feel that energy, or is it lost on you, maybe jaded to some degree, having been there for so long, all of that real estate entrepreneurship and that energy out there?
So one good thing about me is I am born and raised in South Florida. So 49 years of only Florida experience. So I've seen it all. There is not a day that goes by that I don't say, God, am I blessed to be in South Florida. When you wake up to palm trees and sunshine, I mean, there's nothing better. You can play golf. I'm a big golfer. 365 days a year, unless it's raining on you. If it's, up north in the Northeast or wherever, those clubs are only open a few months out of the year. So South Florida is very special for so many reasons. A, we're investor friendly here. If you make a lot of money, there's obviously tax benefits, primary home ownership benefits. But then during COVID, it was amazing to see how many people came down here, and in the luxury space, they come down here for quality of life, because people are walking outside with palm trees, and the beach smell of the ocean. You're here. There's no beating it. So I've seen every view, and they're all beautiful. I don't complain about most views here. You're either looking over the intercoastal, or you're looking over the ocean, or whatever it may be. It's a nice thing.
One of the other things that's really
And
unique.
to answer your question, the real estate market is always moving in South Florida. Let me just preface it that way. We had some tough months, 7, 8, 9 months, but every single day there's somebody looking to buy in South Florida. So I don't let the economy or whatever move my needle on what we're doing.
People who are saying there's a dip, that there's a different perspective coming from folks like yourself. I've noticed that there's not just interest in South Florida, of course, from folks, entrepreneurs across the U.S., but there's also a huge international presence in South Florida as well, which really makes it unique. I mean, I'm from northern New Jersey, but I lived in Texas. And so I have this experience of, being close to New York City, but then also living in Texas where you have a different culture. But South Florida is like this beautiful place where you've got people from all over the world, very much wealth from all over the world as well, looking at investing, looking at lifestyle, vacations, and so on. I'm curious, as someone who's involved in luxury, waterfront, and commercial, is a lot of business in that realm very much focused on international folks and investors as well, or is that really a niche within a niche?
The beautiful thing about South Florida, and you nailed it on the head, I'm very blessed to be an Argentinian Jewish kid who was born in Miami. So I speak Spanish, I speak English, I learned Portuguese. From 2000 until just about before COVID, 90% of my business is always international. So I always work with international clients. And when you deal in the luxury space, it's a lot of clients that are in markets that maybe the political scene isn't the best in their home country. So they want safety and security for their families while dad working or mom, whatever it may be. So it adds and because we're such a blending, a melting pot down here that everybody's honestly accepted, so it's very cool to be, and each market is different.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
South Florida. I'm sorry. I have two puppies. I apologize.
Right.
South Florida, Miami, very international. Fort Lauderdale, different type of international. And West Palm Beach, different type of, and it's all different. When you get south and you're in South Beach, you're in Brickell, you're in downtown, it is a certain scene. If you've been down here, you know what I'm talking about. When you get to Fort Lauderdale, it's a different scene. And when you go to Palm Beach, it's a different scene. But they're all awesome vibes. So depending on what you like, from dining to shopping to living, you go. And then if you want single family homes, the burbs, you have that here. So you have, everything in South Florida. Unfortunately, we don't have good transit systems that we're working on, but you can drive anywhere here. It's, very close, 15 minutes to everything.
You mentioned family and background Argentinian. So there's a huge presence in South Florida right now, right? Argentinian because of so much, but a lot of fans even not necessarily with
Messi
direct
and
ties
soccer.
to Argentina. Yeah, a lot of people.
Well, we're a big mecca for sports, but Argentina, specifically, just more with Messi being down here full time in our inner Miami team. It's very special. So that's good. Plus we're home to F1 racing for Hard Rock, so that's hey, listen, South Florida, it's already been dubbed. And now it's like our version of Monaco here. That's the type of, and it's getting very expensive. It's very expensive. It's only going to get more expensive. So if you don't have an opportunity to buy in South Florida, a lot of the numbers don't make sense sometimes on the investment standpoint. But if you're just trying to get a roof over your head or have an investment property or something here, whatever you buy it today. I do a lot of pre-construction condominiums or single family home projects. You could just park your money as an investor on a 1031, and when you come out, it's beautiful. So there's a lot of good opportunities here. South Florida is the best.
I want to ask you about, you mentioned pre-construction. I've worked a lot with investors and I've seen this trend, at least in Texas, where there does seem to be a lot of interest in ground up construction, new builds, especially from folks who may not have a background in that, both because shifting markets, but also because there's different even tools and systems that people are using, such as, modular homes and the like. It's going to be vastly different in luxury and commercial space. But are you seeing at all any type of similar trend in general, maybe in Florida as a whole, where more people are looking at new construction?
So I've been doing this a long time. At one point in my life, before the crash of '07, I was selling site plan approved projects on a massive scale. Things that were attached to marinas, buildings that were going vertical. We were doing condo conversions where you take a rental and you put it into they were doing them backwards again because they wanted to go back to rentals. So, and then the market crashed or whatever. And then I pivoted into short sales and foreclosures, and then we went back into where we are, until back to luxury. So you kind of follow the market, and what you're kind of thrown into. So to kind of answer your question, thankfully, because I've been down here, and I'm saying this, I always put my customers first, like regardless, and I never put anybody into a bad deal, pre-construction wise, because you got to be careful. The crash of the pre-construction no doc loan market was, messed a lot of people up. I even bought and short sailed my own, but I never put my own clients, into something like that. So, you fast forward to where the market is today. These condo projects, you got to be 50% in now. So there's a lot of skin in the game. And so it's a different market. I have just noticed, and I just been getting some off-market opportunities. So if there's investors listening, there's site plan approved projects to build, maybe not, there's some I don't recommend building tall. You got to be really, well versed in that. But single family homes, small townhome projects, those are all cool things you can build still. So there's a lot of opportunity. There's site plan approved. And then when you're talking from the consumer level, I only put my clients in new high dev, very good projects that are going to appreciate significantly from time that they put them in to where they get them. What you do from there is either flip it, keep it, or rent it, and that's your choice. And then also we deal with very high-end people that like to come in and 1031 exchange something. So that's also a good place to park money. So there's a lot of strategies that we use depending on who we're dealing with, but I only put my clients now into safe pre-construction, new build condominiums, or single family or townhome projects,
We are coming up on time here, Adam. Where can folks go if they'd like to reach out to you? Maybe they're looking at deals in South Florida, or they'd like to get your feedback on maybe a deal that they have, or would like to reach out to you about a number of issues. Maybe they're looking at AI or real estate strategy as a whole.
Well, if people want to get a hold of me, you can always just Google Adam Bursztein and you'll find me. I've got some good Google reviews out there. My website, our new one, I apologize for the long URL. I own a bunch, but we'll just, it's called southfloridahomeless.com. You can find us there. 305-409-7556 is my cell phone. It's been the same number for 30 years plus. 305-409-7556. I'm always available.
Adam, thank you so much for coming on the show here today.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.